Hey guys, this is Bankai reporting live from the Nexus, and today I'm bringing you more Hawken PvP. Well, today I've got a bit of a story for you guys. You know, while my channel is practically microscopic at this point, I've been doing some thinking, and I really appreciate you guys stopping by and sharing your opinions with me and taking time out of your day to hear me, bitch and moan about different things taking place in the Hawken community. It's really appreciated. And today I was thinking I would pretty much give you guys a bit of a background on myself, and dive a little into the reason behind why I really started playing Hawken. Sometimes I think the reason I was able to keep up with better players so quickly and even surpass some of them so quickly has more to do with my experiences on Armored Core 5 and less to do with Hawken, to be honest. And the reason might not be quite what you think. So keep watching as I go into a bit of history back to the golden days of my gaming life. And I think you guys will find this stuff really interesting. So without further ado, let's get started. So I started playing Armored Core 5 in, I think it was about 2012. It's been a while, but even more impactful on my gaming experience was Armored Core 1, the very first Armored Core. And to be honest guys, at the time, back in the late 90s, all I had of that game was the demo. I think back in the day, we would get a disc with a few demos on them, like PlayStation had these specials, like you'd have these PlayStation discs that had like 5 demos on them. I really can't even remember that well. Obviously, this was a really, really long time ago. But when I tell you I used to play that game all the time as a 8-year-old, 9-year-old kid, I mean, I was obsessed with the idea of playing a mech game with friends from all over the world. Even then, I really wanted to be able to play that game and enjoy it with people from all over. And I just used to love that idea of piloting a machine that was very much an extension of yourself. It was to the point where I must have played that demo 1,000 times. I believe you could also run the multiplayer feature, and I didn't have anyone to play it with, so I would basically just pilot my mech and shoot the immobile enemy, pretending to be fighting another pilot. Looking back, I guess you could say I was being a total fucking nutcase, but imagine how happy I must have been once I got my hands on Armored Core 5. And at this point, online gaming was very much a thing, so I had scores or maybe hundreds of real-life gamers I could finally compete against and team up with, and all these things. It was perfect. It was absolutely perfect, except for one issue, guys. I sucked at the game. I mean, I was terrible at the game. I couldn't understand it. And remember that Armored Core always does an overhaul of its gaming mechanics and other elements. So by the time I got to Armored Core 5, I had skipped all the ones in between, by the way. I went straight from Armored Core 1 to Armored Core 5. And by the time I got to that one, it was just a totally different game from what I had imagined and from what I was used to back in the day when I was like 8, 9 years old. Worst of all, Armored Core 5 was a bit different from Hawken. Hawken is a very personal experience in terms of the PvP community, which has its own list of ups and downs. But on Armored Core, things were kind of different because there were actual stakes on Armored Core. And worst of all, the leader of my clan, he was one of the best active pilots, but unfortunately I started playing the game when he and his clan were pretty much on the decline. He was going through this massive downtime where he was losing territory, and the clans online were like teeming with spies. All right, yes, real life spies, gamers who would join your clan to sabotage it from the inside. I think they would pretty much like spy on what mechs the clan has and certain plans for territories, all kinds of stuff. It was kind of crazy. Now, understand, I'm the kind of guy that when I commit to something, I try to give it my all. Whether it's gaming, reading, something in real life, whatever it wants to be, right? So it was very disheartening to see that I'd waited more than a decade for the mech game of my dreams, and now that dream was coming true. I finally got the game, and my skills sucked donkey balls on a stick. It was just really, really disheartening, and I was no good at the game, guys. Furthermore, I was a part of this clan, and I could do nothing to help them because I was constantly failing to understand the game. Since then, I had more or less given up on finding the perfect mech game, but in the back of my mind, I would always hope that someone would create a game to fill that void that I always wanted to fill as a kid. You know, to play a great mech game with friends and blast each other to tiny little scraps and teabag the ashes of my foes. But anyway, after failing so badly at Armored Core 5, I told myself that should I get another shot at playing the mech game of my dreams, I would do everything I could to make sure this time I really made an impression. So when I got my hands on Hawken, even though the game was dying, I was adamant to learn it and learn it quickly, because I was determined to embrace that dream that I've had since I was 9 years old. Anyway, I guess that's about it, guys. If you've made it this far in the video, be sure to comment below and let me know if any of you guys were a part of the Armored Core 5 community, and if you remember some of these things happening in the community, some of the stuff that I pointed out in this video. By the way, remember to like and to share this video, and definitely hit subscribe, unless of course you're a waste man. That's right, guys, I don't make videos for waste man. Until next time.